Welcome to God Loves You channel. God loves you. You that is always watching my program, may God Almighty bless you. If it is your first time and you like what I do in this platform, after watching, please subscribe, put on your notification bell. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. In this channel, we'll upload videos on daily basis based on what is happening in Nigeria and in the whole world. We'll react to all forms of videos. We'll bring it to you so you don't need to bother yourself going to buy newspaper or watching television. Just tune in to God's Love You channel. You will get all the information that you are needed. After we present the video, we'll sit down there to watch it together with you. Then we'll go to the comment section to talk about it. You are free to air your mind. You are free to contribute. You are free to say whatever you think about the video, but let us do it respectful and constructive manner so that no one will be offended at the end as we watch the video together and go to the comment section, like I said, to talk about it. Remain blessed.
Way he planned his way very well. Mazen Nandeka that we are following, Chukwuokakabiama gave him that assignment and he accepted it and took it up. He didn't just take it up and relax. He was a very prayerful, he is and still a very, very prayerful man. He prays at all time. He prays that season. While Mazen Nandeka was told, he prayed 7 good times every day. That is to show you how important prayer is. But in all his prayers, he never forget doing that which he's supposed to do. If prayer only can bring Biafra, Mazen Nandeka doesn't need to form ESM. Mazen Nandeka will get Biafra in a twinkle of an eye. If only prayer could bring down Biafra and hand it over to us, Mazen Nandeka single-handedly will bring Biafra and hand it over to us. Except you don't know who Mazen Nandeka is, you're not his follower. If you are a hardcore follower of Mazen Nandeka, you should know that if prayer alone can give us Biafra, Mazen Nandeka single-handedly will hand us over Biafra. While he was with us, he prayed 7 good times every day for Biafra. Mazen Nandeka prayed 7 good times every day for Biafra and Biafran people. While he was with us. And today you can imagine what he's doing. All he has today is to pray and pray and pray and pray. The same way our spokesperson today, Master Simon Eba, he started with prayer. Some of you who just followed him yesterday will not understand this. Some of you who just started following him yesterday will not understand. But those of us who were following him, even while Mazen Nandeka was here, before Mazen Nandeka even mentioned him, those of who were following, he started with prayer. He conducted full Sunday service on his platform. Full Sunday service every Sunday. He conducted a full Sunday service on his platform, preaching the gospel. He will dance, he will preach, and do everything that needs to be done. It wasn't a joke. That was when he was sanctifying that very hallowed platform you are seeing today. That very hallowed platform you see my Samuel, that was when he was sanctifying it and making it what it is today. Today, look at how strong that platform is. Unshakable. When you talk about Biafran struggle, you talk about Enter Biafra. Talk about Master Simon Ekpa. Because he gave himself that. But he didn't stop only prayer. He didn't stop only in prayer. He did not stop. Even with all the prayer he was making, still he was doing that part that he's supposed to play as human. Preparing us for the future. Going the physical side that you have to do by yourself. That is what I'm trying to tell you. That prayer alone will not solve the problem. That is where I'm going. Prayer alone will not handle. There are certain things that Chukwuokakabiama will not do for you. There are certain things he will not do for you. The only thing he owes you is to give you that strength and power to march on and move on. Clear the road for you. Give you the inspiration. Give you the timing. All you got to do is to pay attention. When he says move, move. When he says wait, wait. If you are paying attention to Chukwuokakabiama, there are certain things he will not do for you, except you do it. It doesn't matter how little or how you think you continue to stare at that problem. It will be before you and it cannot go away. Not because Chukwuokakabiama cannot do it, but because he has done it and gave you the power to just move away from that very environment and be free. When you have chosen not to move out, it is your problem, not him. The problem is not Chukwuokakabiama, it is you. That is why we have to remember our own responsibility and carry it out. That is why every Sunday, after going to church to worship, I have to still come here and worship as a Biafra, because Biafra is my religion first, before anything. Biafra is my religion. My great-grandfathers, they were Biafrans. And they pray to Chukwuka Biama. They worship Chukwuka Biama. And I will not stop. I won't stop. The same way they worship Chukwuka Biama, that is the same way I will be worshiping him all the days of my life. As a Biafran. And I have always told you, if there is an opportunity to come back to this world again, I will still come back as a Biafran. An Igbo Biafran for that. Unapologetically. An Igbo Biafran. I don't care what you think or what you feel or how you feel about it. I have no apology for that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that in the time that we are in, it is not just the time for prayers. It is not time for sitting at home. It's just sitting at home and relaxing and not doing anything. It is not just a time for you to begin to play around, begin to go for entertainment, or begin to take chieftain's title. It's not the time. It's not the time to sleep. It is a time of war. A time to fight for your freedom and take it. Not just fighting. Chukwu Kagame said, go for it and take it. As I'm saying, let me tell you, there are certain things Chukwu Kagame will not do for you. There are certain things Chukwu Kagame will not do for you, except you do it. There are certain things you not do, Chukwu Kagame cannot do for you. It is you and you alone that can do it. There was a story I had. A pastor told a story. One of the pastors told a story that he has a situation where he came in encounter with an evil spirit. A pastor told a story, if I can remember the story correctly, he had an encounter with an evil spirit. And this pastor, being so religious and so upright, believes that nothing of such, that Chukwu Okike cannot allow any evil spirit to attack him or stand in his way. Because he was so spiritual. He was so spiritual, so anointed, because he's very, very sure that he is clean. So that very pastor came across an evil spirit. Evil spirit come his way. And why he saw what that is, he was telling an evil spirit, imagine, how can evil spirit have boldness to stand before him? How can evil spirit have boldness when he know that the presence of God is everywhere around him? Even in that dream, he saw Christ standing by. He saw his Messiah, his creator. Christ was standing by, watching. Angels were standing by, watching him, while the evil spirit was confronting him face to face. And he was just watching and staring. He was just watching. Imagining the boldness of the evil spirit to come in presence where an anointed man of God with the spirit of God around him, with the angels flowing around him. He was trying to imagine, why should that happen? Until he began to ask questions to the angels and say, why would this happen? Why would this spirit have the boldness to come before him? And what did they tell him? They told him, you have to speak the word. The authority is in your hand. Speak the word. If you don't speak, you are going to be there forever. It is not their responsibility to chase away the devil when you have not given the command. The command is in your mouth. You have to open up your mouth and speak and command that evil spirit to give way, and it will not give way. You give that evil spirit the condition you want. You want it to consume by fire. You want it to be thrown to the desert. You want it to disappear. Whatever you want. Speak the word. If you don't speak, that trouble that is confronting, it will be there before you. What does that teaches you? It teaches you that there are certain things you will do. Only you and you alone can do. Not Chukwu Okike. Already, Chukwu Okike has done his part. He has done his part for you and I. That is what our prayers does. Our prayer will prepare that part for us. But where the issue comes is for you to open up your eyes, see, and listen. And because not every one of us can see, and not every one of us can hear, that is why at every point in time, Chukwu Okike gives us somebody who will be an interpreter, a spokesperson. That is the reason why we have leaders, spokespeople. Not just wicked leaders. I'm talking about anointed leaders by Chukwu Okike, and when you see them, by their fruit, you know them. That is why you have them. Because not all of us that can be able to design problem, we will see it. It's not all of us can hear from Chukwu Okike. Even when he speaks very loud to us, most of us cannot hear, except we have somebody who will interpret to us. That is why we have we have leaders that are being sent to us. Somebody like Mazen Nandekan. Mazen Nandekan was sent by Chukwu Abiyama to create the awareness and wake up the Biafra. Not only the Biafra, wake up the consciousness of every indigenous tribe in the Zim. That was the assignment of Mazen Nandekan. For more than a decade, he was shouting on top of his voices. He was shouting, creating the awareness. Using even sometimes he will abuse you and curse you to wake you up. He used all manner of language, all manner of techniques to make sure he created awareness. He was doing that time and time again until every one of us begin to key in into that message. Until ears begin to open, eyes begin to open, questions begin to come up. People began to ask questions. That was his assignment. Chukwu Abiyama sent him to us to do that job. And he did it. He took up the assignment. He helped us. That is the only, those are the things that Chukwu Abiyama would do to prepare you for the time ahead. Today, Chukwu Abiyama knew that today will come. He used Mazen Nandekano for more than a decade to prepare us for today. And here are we today. Here are we today. Here are we today. And some of us are still asking questions. Some of us are still taking things for granted. Some of us are still thinking that it's a matter of joke. Some of us are still not paying attention, even when we have an interpretation from Mazen Nandekan. There are certain things Chukwu Abiyama will don't do for you. That is why he sends his chosen people to do it. Mazen Nandekan did his part. Took us until he got to this part. And Mazen Nandekan also, Chukwu Abiyama used him to anoint somebody else. Our spokesperson today, Mazen Simon Ekpa, anointed by Mazen Nandekan expressly. Mazen Simon Ekpa was anointed by Mazen Nandekan expressly. If you don't know it now. He was anointed on several occasions, even before he joined the IPOB. In one of the programs that Mazen Nandekan was anchoring on question and answer, somebody called in and said, there is one man called Simon Ekpa preaching the gospel of Biafra and he's not a member of IPOB. Mazen Nandekan said, only one Chineke can do what Simon Ekpa is doing. He is part of us. Even if he has not joined now, he is definitely going to join. That was the response of Mazen Nandekan. And Simon Ekpa, at the end of the day, joined IPOB, did all the necessary that has to be done. Mazen Nandekan again, in another occasion again, told us that Mazen, listen to Mazen Simon Ekpa. He is bringing a new dimension to the struggle. Share his videos and listen to him. A second recommendation. And when he was kidnapped, after they kidnapped him from Kenya and brought him to Nigeria, he still anointed him again and mentioned, Mazen Simon Ekpa, go and talk to my people. He gave him that order. On 3 occasions. Very significant anointing. You can tell me that Mazen Simon Ekpa, Mazen Nandekan mention many people's name. But let me tell you, when it comes to this, the mention of Mazen Simon Ekpa, it was stated out, spelled out what his mission was. It was spelled out what the mission was. He is bringing a new dimension into the struggle. Watch his video and share it. Every other person that was called was said, go and listen to them. Of course, that was a time for preaching the gospel, making the noise that the whole world will hear. So Mazen Nandekan encouraged people to listen to everybody, to encourage those groups, people from that region. Because Biafra is not just about the Igbos. Biafra is not just about the Igbo nation. There are so many nations in Biafra. So many nations. You saw when we raised our flag, you saw in the State of the Nation broadcast of our spokesman, Simon Ekpa, mentioning to you all the states of Biafra. In the whole states of Biafra, where our flag has been raised, mentioning the villages and states of Biafra where our flags were raised. So Biafra is not only the Igbo people. So Mazen Nandekan called so many other people's names to encourage their section. Encourage them. But when it came to Simon Ekpa, it was a responsibility that was given to me. Mazen Nandekan saw that responsibility, what he was bringing on board. Mazen Nandekan saw what he was bringing on board. That he is bringing a new dimension. And today, here are we in that new dimension. And you're not happy. You should be thanking Chukwu Abiyama. He has done everything he has to do for you and I. That is where I'm coming. Chukwu Abiyama has done every single thing you want him to do for us. He has done it. It's left for you to listen and play your own part. I tell you again, if prayer alone will hand us over Biafra, Mazen Nandekano will not even need to consult anybody. He will get it single-handedly. If only prayer will give us Biafra, Mazen Nandekano single-handedly will bring Biafra and hand it over to us. I have never seen any man that prays as much as Mazen Nandekano, that is more committed to the things of Chukwu Kabiama in the open, not in the secret, as Mazen Nandekano. So if prayer could give us Biafra, Mazen Nandekano is going to do it. But I tell you, prayer cannot do everything. Prayer is very important, very, very important. But after praying, there are roles you have to play. Listen to the people that Chukwu Kabiama has given to you to interpret what you do not know. You see, many a time our spokesman will say, what you don't know is bigger than you. That is true. It's a very deep, deep word. What you don't know is bigger than you. And that is why you must pay attention to those people who have been anointed by Chukwu Kabiama to break down the message for you to get it. Know the timing, when to go and take it. As you have seen our spokesman, Master Simon Epa. Master Simon Epa is another prayerful man, in case you don't know. I just told you how he started. Every Sunday, we conduct service on his platform every Sunday. If you're one of his followers, then you see every Sunday he conducts full service on his platform. He built that platform then. And today, that has become a place of worship. Everybody listen to. After praying, there are things you must do. There are things you must do. That is why you see the place. Try and listen to people who are interpreting the information such Chukwu Kabiama to you today. Pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you are going to miss a whole lot. You're going to miss a lot. You will still be expecting miracle. Meanwhile, the miracle has been performed already. You will be expecting miracle. Meanwhile, you are the one holding yourself back from the miracle. You will be expecting miracle, not knowing that you are the one holding yourself back from the miracle, that the miracle has already taken place. Chukwu Kabiama will never leave his children. He will never forsake his children. Never. But are you listening? Are you paying attention? We are lucky as Biafrans that Chukwu Kabiama gave us anointed people who can lead us into our promised land. Mazen Nandekano have done a great job, laid a very strong foundation that we are still building on today. And look at Master Monepa, interpreting every information to you, making this, even a layman will now understand. That is why we are counting down 98 days to go into Biafra. 98 days to walk into Biafra, 98 days. And some people still think it's a joke. Some people think he's still kidding. Some people think, let's watch and see. Okay, watch and see. But I tell you, go and read the story of the doubting Thomas. Go and read the story of doubting Thomas, how he ended up. Blessed are those who did not see but believe. I believe most of you are Christians. And you know the story of those who doubted about the promised land, moving to the promised land. Many of them could not make it into the promised land. It will be my joy that every one of us watching here will be part of the promised land. It will be a thing of joy to see every one of us partake in the promised land. But if you take yourself out, you have yourself to blame. Don't blame me. Don't blame anybody. You get yourself to blame. We have to move, and the time is now. We have to move. There is no time. No time. No time. Why the uncircumcised Philistines are working hard, equipping themselves on different angles. You are there playing around. But I thank Chukwu Kabiama that majority Biafrans are standing firm and we know what we want. That was why I appreciate every single one of you who participated in the fundraising yesterday. Everybody who participated in that fundraising, may Chukwu Kabiama increase you in 1,000 folds. Whatever you have donated on that very fundraising, you are going to get it back in 1,000 folds. You will never lack in your life. It doesn't matter how hard the situation is. It doesn't matter how troubled the situation. You will never, ever lack in your lifetime. Biafrans, they know what they want. When you see the fundraising, you know that the Biafrans know what they want, and they're good to go. Biafrans are not sleeping. We are all awake. We are doing our own part. And that is the right way to go. As I told you, there are certain things that Chukwuokike will not do for us. There are things that are in our hand that we will do. I've given you several examples of the experience of a pastor. If that one is not enough, you take about example in the Bible about the resurrection of Lazarus. Take example of the resurrection of Lazarus, how Jesus Christ resurrected Lazarus. For those of you who are Christians, you know the story, how Lazarus was resurrected. When Jesus came to the tomb, he did not command the stone to roll away. No, he didn't. Jesus did not command the stone to roll, not because he didn't have the power to do it. Because somebody who has the power to raise the dead, commanding stone to move is a small thing now. You should know that. Somebody that have the power to raise the dead, to command a stone is a minor thing, it's a chicken change. But he didn't have to do that. When he got there, he told the people to roll away the stone. And the people rolled away the stone. It was their responsibility. If they didn't roll away that stone, I bet you Lazarus would be there. If they did not roll away that stone, do their own part, Lazarus is going to be there. But that was the responsibility. And Christ said, roll away the stone. And they rolled away the stone.
Like I said before, if you like this channel, if you like what you just watched, if you like what is happening here, please do not hesitate to subscribe. Put on your notification bell. Keep on watching God Loves You channel, because you are going to be getting information on daily basis about what is happening in the world and in Nigeria and in Biafran land. Thank you so much. I appreciate your massive support in this channel. May God Almighty continue to bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye until we meet again.